Just Google Kibera and see the latest news. Protests, fires,
Prowling Kibera slums in Nairobi and may spend the night in the cold.
Ilanga slums in Kibera.
Before the fire brigade team arrived.
poverty,
Protesters have thrown rocks at police at the start of 3 days of demonstrations against the cost of living and tax hikes.
Kibera.
It may seem impossible to live in this place without access to food, water, and medicine. But by various estimates, up to 2 million people live in the slums. But what's the other side of living in these slums? Let's find out. Long story short, guys, this is Alex, Project Step Back, and we are in Kenya, Nairobi. Today I'm going to show you how they live in the biggest slums in Africa. Africa is generally considered to have the biggest amount of slums, and this is the biggest slum around by other slums. We're going to spend the whole day, where today, with a good friend of mine, we'll show you different places. We'll show you the clinic, prostitutes, drugs, flying toilets, bars, and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. Slum tours aren't really popular around here. In fact, all the guidebooks don't really recommend going there. Not to mention in the evening, but even in the daytime. And if you're a white man alone, there's nothing to do and you can easily get shot. That's why I found a local guy who lives in the slums and he's going to spend a day there with me and show me what's what. We're also gonna go over to his house, see his family. Hi, I'm Alex.
Hi, my name is Abzed Osman. I have been working as a tour guide with Explore Kibera Tours for over 10 years now. I organize tours in Kibera slums for people from all over the world.
Anyway, guys, let's go into the slums of Kibera. I have with me my friend Abzed Osman, who will show me today how people live here, how they survive here, how they are doing with medicine, and other things.
This neighborhood is called Kibera DC. Here you can find a local government that serves people inside Kibera. We have a chairman's office, and we also have our parliament here.
What other admin offices do you have?
We have a police force. There are roadblocks nearby. We have a post office, a small clinic in the center, board members' offices.
Is there a sort of mayor or someone in charge here?
We have what we call members of parliament. Kibera itself is divided into 5 regions. We call them Watts. We have 5 Watts in Kibera, and there is 1 member of parliament from each region.
Are you holding elections for parliament?
Yes, elections will be next year, and they are held every 5 years. This is the village where I was born. I still live here, in this neighborhood. It's called Kichijio, about 50,000 people. Kibera consists of 13 villages. We have these water points everywhere. People buy water here.
What is the price?
10 shillings for 20 liters.
You even have your own barbershops and everything that people need?
Yes, people do business here in Kibera. Meet my family. Welcome to my home. This is my family.
Hello, everyone.
This is my wife.
I'm Alex. Nice to meet you.
This is my daughter, Alma. My other daughter, Maria. I have 2 daughters. My niece, Wendy. And Elventa. Welcome to my home. You can say hello to everyone. And and we'll continue our journey.
Hi everybody, nice to meet you. I'm from Belarus. And how many people live here?
About 7 people live here. Most houses in Kibera are 1 bedroom, but we have a 2-bedroom. It's for 7 people.
Do you have a kitchen?
Yeah, the kitchen is kind of combined with the bedroom because we don't have a lot of space.
I see you have a computer, a nice TV.
Yeah, we can afford it because it's all second-hand. It's been through a lot of hands.
Hi, wave your hand. Alma says hi. Alma, how old are you? God bless you. Just stopped by Abzed's house, saw his family. By the way, everything looks very clean and tidy. Nice. They have a 2-bedroom apartment. There is even a microwave, a computer, and a pretty good big TV. But of course, everything is kind of secondhand, but in any case, it is even a little better than some of our students when they rent a place. Kibera is a British creation. The city of Nairobi, where Kibera is located, was founded in 1899 when the Uganda Railway line was built, thereby creating a need for its headquarters and British colonial offices. The colonial administration intended to keep Nairobi as a home for Europeans and temporary migrant workers from Africa and Asia. The migrant workers were brought into Nairobi on short-term contracts as indentured labor to work in the service sector as railway manual labor and to fill lower-level administrative posts in the colonial government. Between 1900 and 1940, the colonial government passed a number of laws, such as the 1922 Vagrancy Act, to segregate people, evict, arrest, expel, and limit the movement of natives and indentured workers. It required all Africans to settle in a certain district on the outskirts of Nairobi so as not to embarrass the white population. Within Nairobi, Africans could live in segregated native reserves at the edge of the city. Permits to live in Nairobi were necessary, and these permits separated living areas of non-Europeans by ethnic group. One such group were African soldiers who served the military interests of the British colonial army. Then they began to rent land to guest workers from rural areas, and their assigned area developed into a slum, now known as Kibera. Gradually, the area became denser. With the increase in railway traffic, Nairobi's economy developed, and an increasing number of rural migrants moved to northern Nairobi in search of wage labor. Kibera and other slums developed throughout Nairobi. Back in the late 1920s, Kibera was going to be demolished and its residents settled among the rest of Nairobi's residents. But this was opposed by the white population. After Kenya's independence, Kibera became a de facto illegal settlement. The land on which the slum stands has been taken over by the state, although the Nubian elders make claims on it.
Single-parent home.
Now we're going to a woman. She's raising her daughter on her own, and she is currently unemployed. She's facing a lot of problems right now. Last year, her daughter had surgery with her breathing and on her nose, and the bill from the health center was very, very big.
How much was it?
Somewhere around $1,000, and right now she's out of work, and so many people are coming here to help her. She's out of work, and now we're going to visit her and get to know her a little bit better.
It's a good thing I wore sneakers because it's pretty muddy here. It must have rained recently, and there are still streams in the streets. And I even heard that when it rains very hard here, the water level rises a lot, and all the filth they throw out somewhere from the sewage system from the neighboring river comes up. The main thing is to not step somewhere and get tetanus.
So this is some kind of open sewer.
And they dump all their trash down here too?
Yes, it's an open sewer. We don't have proper toilets. Most toilets are just pit latrines, and when it rains, people flush their toilets down here.
And this is a sort of communal open toilet?
Yeah.
So anyone can sit right here and do their business.
Yeah, sure.
There's a shitload of stuff on the floor. Bags mixed with shit, dirt, and sticks. Smells exactly the same, by the way. Now we're on our way to the home of a woman who, he says, is unemployed because her daughter had surgery and the surgery cost $1,000 and she still can't pay it back. Should I take my shoes off?
No, just coming in.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Lydia's house.
Lydia, nice to meet you. My name is Alex. I'm from Belarus. So how are you doing? I heard you had some problems with the surgery. Can you tell me briefly what happened? What's her name?
Her name is Grace. She's 3 years old now, and she started having problems when she was 3 months old. When I went to the health center, they told me she had a problem with her nose and was having a very hard time breathing. Somehow, it was very expensive to treat at that time. Medication costs a lot, and so I did what I could. I asked people for help with the first surgery, and then I needed a second one.
Where did you have the surgery, here or in the city?
Here, near Nairobi, not in Kibera, because we don't have operating rooms here, and you have to travel outside the village to get that kind of medical care.
And how is she feeling right now?
Well, when it's rainy, or like now, it's winter and cold, it's not so good.
And how much did it cost to do all the necessary surgeries?
700,000 shillings.
$700. For the second surgery, we needed another $700.
For now, we need to use these. There are more pills to take, but they're out now, and there's no money to buy new ones.
So you had to borrow money for the surgery?
Yeah, from neighbors in the neighborhood. I even had to borrow money from our church. I had to ask all my friends.
But they lent it to you without a problem. You have a strong community here, don't you?
Yeah,
Great, and now you're giving it all back, right?
and I don't have anything to give back right now. If anything comes up, I'll give it right away. See, I don't have a job now because of COVID.
What did you do for a living before COVID?
I worked in a hotel here in Nairobi. Now I've lost my job. I've got to look after my baby.
And you lost your job because of COVID?
Yes, and because of that baby. I couldn't leave her with anyone because no one knew what to do with her. I'd get calls saying your baby is not good, what to do. I had to come back home few times a day to see her. My boss couldn't figure it out.
So here's some money for you and for you to help make your child happier.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Let's hope everything works out okay.
Garbage collection takes place twice a week. This work is mainly for the youth. They go to different houses and charge 20 shillings each for scavenging.
And they also collect garbage from the river as well?
Yes, there is a litter picking community here.
And how often do they clean the river?
The same, twice a week.
And what do they do with the trash?
They take it to a recycling facility and they recycle it there. There are specialized groups. They recycle plastics and other waste. We will visit them a little later.
So far, it's actually a very cool atmosphere here. I don't know why some people are afraid to come here. It's like a grandmother's house in the countryside with no one watching over it. The only problem is that it's very slippery and there's a lot of trash, and you could safely step in somewhere and it wouldn't be good. Since they don't have water here, there's no sewage system. You have to buy bottles like this. 10 shillings a liter. Or, I don't know, go especially to the water pumping station and wash there. I don't know, it's hardly possible to drink this water. I have water with me, but maybe I should try this water from them too.
We're approaching the Kichijio water treatment plant. There are public toilets, showers, and so on. When people want to use the facilities, they usually give a little money, as much as they can. Welcome inside. This is Mama Terembo. That's how everyone calls her.
So you're kind of in charge here, aren't you?
She works here, helps this place look better, because you know, in Kibera the biggest problem is the toilets, and we have a lot of people here that don't have toilets and sewage. So a lot of people have to go to the public restrooms for money. There are people working here who keep everything clean, and people have very few places to go to the toilet.
So people go here instead of outside.
Yes, this is a toilet for our community, but you have to pay a little bit to use it. Up to 10 shillings is enough. Take a shower, go to the toilet.
Where is the shower?
Shower? The shower is around here somewhere. It's a bit busy at the moment. Because of the cold, they're living here now.
They took showers. They need showers too. We will try to use the local toilet now, the public toilet here. There's no lock, it's all on trust. Anyway, it looks pretty good. Great view of the slums from the window. A cistern and a toilet. You have to squat to make it work. They've got a thing here that's called flying toilets. The trick is that I have to poop in a black bag like this. Tie it all up tightly and throw it on some neighbor's roof. Now, since I'm here, I gotta try this thing. Just kidding. Also heard such a thing as a flying toilet here.
Yes, the number of them has gone down a lot, because the government, the development ministry, have built a number of toilets in Kibera. Some public toilets like we saw. That's why the number of flying toilets has decreased.
Is it already banned, or do some people still use it that way?
Well, maybe secretly, but at the moment we have toilets in every neighborhood.
I see. So the basic idea was that you do all of your business in a bag and then you throw it somewhere on the roof of your neighbor's house, let's say?
Yes, exactly. Even just in the middle of the road. But it's almost banned. These things are rare.
And how long ago did they ban the use of them? When did it become illegal?
Well, about 4 years ago.
Yusuf, good afternoon. Nice to meet you. My name is Alex. You're the community leader, right?
Yes, I am.
And you won the last election to become chairman?
Yes, the election here in Kibera, about 5 years ago.
As I can assume, do you have to contest next year's election?
No, the next election I will have to skip, because I'm not allowed to participate again, only once.
Do you like your job?
It's good.
Do you have a salary as chairman?
No, it's a kind of volunteer thing, it's all free.
So you're his assistant, huh?
No, I'm a writer. Sometimes what he doesn't tell you, I write down, then we distribute it to all people around the slums.
Is that like a press secretary?
No, it's not like that. We do our own story. Like you write everything down now, we also do our own story for people. Sometimes you can come here and live with nothing, and that's why you need what's called a chaperone.
Hi. Hello. Hello.
It's an open sewage system. We don't have a centralized sewage system, so when it rains, people open their toilets.
So the water level rises and washes all the filth out of the houses.
Yes, the rain helps to clean it all up.
And this is also where people throw all their garbage?
Yes, right here.
What does he do? Like picking up the trash?
Yeah, he does. He's a garbage man.
And do they get any money for their work?
Yeah, but not much, but something. So he can buy some food to help him live a little longer.
Sustain his stomach. Something to get him going, like eating, buying food. So.
What's that building?
That's because sometimes the train going through the slums derails. There's a railroad track right there behind the fence. So the government decided to build them houses like this because they used to live along the tracks, and when the train would derail, it would kill them all. So they moved into these houses.
And there were a lot of deaths on the tracks?
Yes, a lot. It was very dangerous because at any moment the train could go off the tracks. It would just fall off the tracks and kill people.
And is it expensive to live in these houses here?
No, it's not expensive. You can afford it. It's kind of a government project, so it's less expensive.
How much does it cost per month?
Well, I think it's somewhere between $15 and $20.
Do you have running water in your house or anything like that?
No, we get our water from Nairobi. There's a private company. It's not free. It's brought here and people have to buy it. 10 shillings for 20 liters.
And how often do the trains run here?
Well, the railroad tracks are used, and there's a train about 3 times a day.
Maybe we can catch one today.
Well, no, the nearest one is not till 6 p.m. We can't be here till 6.
People lived right on the railroad tracks, sometimes even sleeping on them. And when the train passes through here, which it did 3 times a day, there were very often deaths. So the government decided to build these little 4-story houses here and let them live in them instead of living in the middle of the tracks. But people still die on the tracks, but of course in smaller numbers. And before the state built houses here, there were a lot of people here?
Yes, they lived right here.
And when the train was coming?
They would pack up all their stuff and leave. They had to pack up all their stuff 3 times a day and leave.
Are there any unsafe neighborhoods here in your area?
Yes, we have unsafe areas, but thanks to the government, we started a program to clean up the streets and relocate people. This has benefited the youth because it was the youth who were doing petty thefts here from locals and tourists. And the government program helps the youth to be employed, which reduces the number of thefts. Now they can earn some money for a living.
But there are still unsafe neighborhoods here, and if I go there alone, I will find trouble?
Of course, in some parts, yes. Young people don't want to work and they find other easier ways to make money by stealing from people.
But do they just steal my stuff or can they beat me up?
Yes, of course they can beat you up, depending on what you have with you.
I take it people still live near the railroad tracks?
Yeah, but mostly they do business here. They don't live here.
It's kind of like a local market, isn't it?
Yeah, little stores, shops, hotels, places to buy stuff and eat.
And there's even hotels here?
Yes, there are. You can stay here overnight.
And it's affordable?
Yes, a few dollars per night.
Do only tourists stay here?
No, just locals.
Here they sell books. You can read something 8th grade algebra and this 8th grade geometry. English, 1st grade rock. Just along the railroad there are stores. Here are curtains they sell, white curtains. Snow white curtains and next to them is dirt, the railroad. They sell a mattress, some other things, clothes just lying around, 10 shillings, it's written here. And the train's coming. They sell shoes for children, from small to big shoes. They also sell anchovies for beer, snacks too. Very much like any flea market. They sell spare parts, keys, shoelaces, and toilet paper. What is the average salary here in Kibera? How much money per month do people here survive on?
In a month, because a day on average is less than $1, then $25 to $30. If you're lucky, you can also get $60, 6,000 shillings. That's a small salary.
And for the locals?
Yes, and for the locals. It's an absolute shortage, but what can they do?